So, one of the hardest things that I've really come into contact with in relationship to my 5D journey is that I feel like, in a way, I'm not changing into someone else. I'm not going into like this new place or this newfound realization of who I am. If anything, it feels like I'm rewinding back to a time when I wasn't distracted. Like, in the last, I'd say 19 years, that's a fair one, 19 years, I've become very, 20, let's do 20. In the past 20 years, I've become very distracted by money, by power, by lust. Like, I have come into contact with all these things. And I remember like that quote from Star Wars, like, the shadow of greed, that is. What is that comment? Like, he says, anger, fear, aggression, the dark side of the force are they. Easily they flow, quick to join you in a fight. And that, I have been inviting, quote unquote, dark energy into my life for 20 years. And it started first with, what is that word when you're wanting something? Coveting. I started coveting other things people had. Their money, their toys, their freedom. I started coveting those things and doing what it is that I could in my life to bring those things to me. And it's like my daily tea says, what belongs to you will come to you. And I've spent the last 20 years trying to force something to come to me. From material possessions to lovers to friends to jobs, I've been forcing and forcing and forcing. And all of my best experiences that I've had are the times when I wasn't forcing anything. When I went out randomly with a best friend to have a good time and ran into someone who I want to date with. Or when I was working a job I currently was at that wasn't like my dream job, but it was a job, and someone approaches me and goes, wow, I'm really, y'all can see me now, I'm really into you. You should come work at this place. And I come work at this place. Like, every time that I've let the universe flow to me, it has brought me the most amazing experiences. And when I force it and I try to make it happen through manipulation, I would gather to call it spell casting, putting extreme amounts of intention on something, trying to make something come to fruition. Every time I've done that, complete fail. Complete fail. Fail. Just run over. Dead. Now, let me clarify my negative language, because there's negative language coming out. It was not a complete fail, but it definitely did not come out the way I expected it to. So to my ego is like, oh wow, this is nothing like I thought it was going to be. Bad, you lost. And my higher self is going, well, you didn't really lose, because there's something better coming for you, and you're just kind of wrapped up in expectations of what you want life to be right now. And now that I'm changing back to who I was before I got so wrapped up in lust and greed and money and power, I'm losing my friendships and all my relationships. Like, I have somehow basically X'd out everyone. And I don't know if I'm doing that because it's good for me. Like, I talk a lot about resonance and how when something's not an energetic vibration with you, you have to let it go. Otherwise, that vibration is going to affect you and it's going to pull you towards it. It's like harmony. It's harmony, and there's energy and magnetism, and there's all this stuff happening to us bioelectrically inside of our bodies. When we let go of that attachment to what it is that's not good for us, that's not serving us, that's not helping us move forward with our life, that's bringing us down, we evolve and we become better. And today, I was all about speaking my truth, not holding it in. And I hadn't realized until I knew until someone told me, I feel like you've been hiding out and pretending to be someone else for a long time. Like, this is not you. This is not your scene. This is not what you're a part of. And I used to feel judged by people saying that I didn't belong. And now I'm realizing I do not belong in these places I put myself. At all. I do not belong here. I've been trying to force myself to belong. It reminds me of being in middle school when there were all these like jock guys that everyone was like super into, and they were the popular crowd, and they had this circle of people just flocking to them, and I always wanted to be in that group. And I tried, and I made a few connections with a few people, but overall, my efforts of being desperate for friends of popular kids didn't go very well. You know, they shunned me away. And I can feel myself doing that now. Chasing people and wanting them to like me. And that's stupid. Like, I know my moral compass. And I know what it is I believe. And I know what it is I want to manifest. And I'm just realizing that I've been surrounding myself with people that do not have the same ideals as me. That, if anything, are going to do their best effort to make me question myself. One of my best friends, someone who I adore, like, he does this thing, and I feel like awkward gossiping about it. This is gossip. But he'll always question what I say. I'm so happy that this happened today. Are you? Or, I think I'm going to go and take some yoga this week. Do you? Like, and it's supposed to be funny, and it's supposed to be hysterical, and a lot of us laugh at it. But deep down, those words are condescending, and they bring down, and they force you to hear it. And at some point, obviously it's my job to rise above the negative being said, but at the same time, if an environment is toxic, why would someone stay there and go, eventually the trees will go back and we'll have oxygen. If we just stay here long enough, our oxygen supply is only going to last like 3 days. We can do this. Oxygen will come back. No. Once it's out, it's out. Once it's done, it's done. Once it's through, let it spew somewhere else. And I'm just feeling really alone. Really alone. You know, and I've met, and what's really weird is that the people that I do meet, that I make the connection with, where they're on the same kind of mental, spiritual path I am, something always goes wrong. Well, negative language. Something in the past has gone wrong. You know, it's me trying to set expectations on how to make them feel and how to make them act, and these people having crushes on me, and me not liking them back, or me crushing on them and them not liking me back. Like, it's been this kind of trail, and it's all, wow, I've been attracting this energy to me for so long. You want something deep? My entire life, I've felt unwanted by my father. My entire life. Unwanted. And the weirdest part of it is that side of my family claims that when my mom left and she wanted to like leave him high and she wanted to like, get me out of his life, they spent thousands of dollars and endless amounts of time keeping me. And then he never wanted to hang out with me, or never wanted to come to my events, and never, like, just full of empty promises and empty things. And my entire life I have been chasing men that would eventually hold their promise to me, that would be true and genuine, that really wanted to see me for me. And that's the root cause of all of this, is me wanting the relationship with my father to be different, instead of just accepting that it is what it is. You know, he's just not very emotionally communicative, and that's okay. It feels depraved at times that you wouldn't want to connect to your children, but then it's all about love language, right? Some people offer time, some people offer gifts, some people offer this, offer that. And I think that because I was demanding more for so many years from him, he would give in and say, oh yeah, I'll give that to you. Yeah, I'll show up to your performance. Yeah, I'll buy you this. Yeah, I'll do this with you. And even though that's never how he wanted to show me love, he showed me love with time. You know, the typical awkward movie scene where the son and the dad are sitting on the couch watching a show and, so how you been? Good. That's nice. Cool. That's our relationship. And you know what's really weird? Is that as I'm sitting here 10 and a half minutes in, I'm realizing how thankful I am for that relationship. Wow. I'm not usually one to just ramble senselessly, but then again, maybe this isn't senseless. Maybe all my videos have felt like this. Maybe you're watching this video right now and going, yeah, you're always like this. You're always rambling. Ranting, some call it. It's just, usually I try to post the positive rambles, not the negative rambles, although I would say that now this feels positive. My 5D journey. Sometimes the best way to start over is to go back to the beginning and just live the way you used to. Good to know. Checking out. I love this. Y'all are so awesome. I feel like I just talked to my mother. Wow, I can talk to her when she's not here, and that works. She's a good reliever of my stress, which I feel bad because I don't want to project stress on her because she absorbs it. She's an absorber. Like, she's an incredible energy absorber. Like, she absorbs, and I think if and when she learns how to finally cast it all off and transmute it, which I totally think she's capable of, she will have so much, she just has so much love and so much compassion. And honestly, I've been an asshole. Bad word. Is it a bad word? I've been an asshole of a son this year. Like, selfish, demanding, needy, expecting, ungrateful. I was an asshole of a son this year. Well, last 4 months. Wow. Someone is getting high. Like, I can smell pot on the road. Holy crap, that's crazy. Well, here we are. My 5D journey. Driving back home to Fort Worth from Dallas. I probably won't be going to Dallas again for a long time unless Uber takes me there. I need at least a month off. So, here we are. Love you, bye.